Hello! On this episode of Dungeons and Dirals, I'm going to be unboxing my just arrived copy of Mech Command. So this is a game that I've been waiting for a long time. This was a Kickstarter 3 years ago in 2016, and at that point their goal, as unrealistic as it might have been, was to have copies available the following year at Gen Con 2017. Kickstarter happened, and production happened and all this. I initially backed this project because I enjoy mechs. They're cool, and I like that these have customizable weapons and different types of legs and chassis, and they all fit together depending on your actual loadout that you're using in the game. The bits are cool. And remember that it has three-dimensional buildings that go on the map, so you've got some cool terrain coming up out of the surface, and they have LEDs that go under the bases that do line of sight, probably. I'm forgetting details. I did take a little bit of a look back at the Kickstarter page today and yesterday when I saw that my pledge was finally shipping. But it's one of those projects that is kind of hard to get all of the information from at this point, because a lot of the stuff that's on the front page of the campaign is no longer accurate. It's been stuff was changed in development. Whole portions of the product are different. It was talking about shipping with a game mats mat. And I know that it changed during development to be a board, and they redesigned a bunch of the mechs from what they look like in the pictures and went with a different person making them and all kinds of stuff. So I actually have pretty little idea as to what exactly is going to be in here. I know that it's going to be my base copy of the game, Mech Command, and I know I also went for the expansion that offered a cooperative campaign. So you have the option of playing against each other, and there's supposed to be some kind of little campaign mode as you play against each other in these 20-minute real-time matches. You're doing stuff. I haven't really read the rules. I probably did back in the day, but I haven't read them recently. So you're doing stuff in real time during this 20-minute game, and then you're progressing and upgrading your mechs and doing things. So anyway, I got the expansion that allows you to play both ways. It has has enemy mechs with an AI deck of some kind, and you'll be able to fight against them, and there's this big huge boss that you'll get to. I like cooperative stuff, so that seemed like a cool thing to add in, so I had the option of playing it both ways. So anyway, here is quite the sizable Amazon box. Woohoo! Wow! And it's pretty heavy too. So let us crack that sucker open. Alright, so this is probably the expansion on the top. Mech Command, real-time strategy, AI Unleashed. And it's in a weird, it's not shrink wrap, it's in a weird like plastic envelope-y kind of sleeve. So I'm going to put that to the side and open it up after the base game. Makes sense, right? So here's the real weight in the box. Oof. Okay. Not the heaviest thing that I own, but pretty weighty, and it's pretty large. Look at this. Mech Command, real-time strategy, core set, first edition. So the artwork on the box is quite nice. I like the work on the logo. I like that cool looking dude. The back pretty good too. So I'm looking forward to trying all this stuff out. Here's a shot of the three-dimensional terrain, the buildings that you're supposed to be able to set up. Is that right? I don't know. I think so. Yeah. All right. So this too is in plastic sleeve kind of thing. Interesting. I mean, not that anyone really cares about what kind of packaging things are in, but I've never received a product in this before. I'm going to open this without knocking over my TV, because then I could not show my Dungeons & Dragons players the cool monsters that are about to try to kill them. So I need the TV. Alright. Sleeve off. And lid coming off. Oh. Okay. So, sorry about that. Momentary malfunction wherein I put the game box down on top of my microphone cord. So, here's what it looks like inside. First thing you see are all those 3D buildings stacked up on top of each other. So, I'm going to take those out. You know what? I'm going to take them out. They made them in this stackable way so that you have, here's a building, or you can put two of them together so you start building up the buildings. Ha! You can make skyscrapers and stuff like that. So as I recall from their original design descriptions, the standard play is this is a building, and you can use boosters to get on top of that, and that's building height. And then there would possibly be on your map a select few skyscrapers, which are unique for blocking line of sight at the building level. But we'll see how that's changed. I notice and this was probably in one of the updates that I read like a year and a half ago. I don't remember. I did not go back through all of the dozens of updates, but the main page of the Kickstarter, one of the stretch goals was having the buildings be multicolored, so they would have like a basic paint job and have like building and window colors, and I see these do not have that. They're just plain plastic. And, they don't look bad, and there are 3 different colors of buildings in here, but that's an immediate thing that I noticed. They did not appear to follow through on the multicolored buildings. All right, so I have three stacks of 3 different colored buildings. And then there's this cardboard box here, which has a foam tray with a bunch of the mech chassis inside. And that is pretty cool. You can see the slots for the weapon pegs, and they made a big deal. Part of their design was that in game the functionality is going to be different for the different leg types of mechs. So there's the backwards angle legs and the multi legs and the tank tread bodies. And so there are 5 different bodies there in 2 colors for the 2 players, I guess. Although this does more than 2 players. But anyway, so that. And I haven't gotten down there yet. Maybe these are stretch goals and there's more mechs in there also. I don't know. But hey, that was on top. A little box of lots of mech bodies. Put that over here. Okay, and now here is the game board. Also in a little plastic sleeve thing. Odd. this out. Now this is... I did read something about this in one of the newer updates where this is not a traditional board game board. It's going to be like some kind of... I just got this open. Where it's not the cardboard with art on it that's been cut to fold up. It's going to be more like individual panels for solidity, and then the art has been, it's like a vinyl wrap around them or something like that. So you can see the hexes all over the place. Oh my, quite a bit of noise as I'm unfolding this for the first time. Yeah, so I don't know how well this will show up, but you can see that it's not, it's not on cardboard with cuts in between. It's two separate pieces, and this is the material that the artwork has been printed on. I'm not sure if it's a vinyl or plastic or something, and that's the material is connecting the two panels together in the seam there. So that, but the board is large and is it's large. It is double-sided with the artwork, and I can hold it up. I'm dying. Okay. Woohoo! So that's the other side. It's like a wasteland kind of thing, and then that's I don't know, miscellaneous urban kind of thing. The other side looks like wasteland ground. This, what I think is the main side, honestly kind of doesn't look like anything. Like, it looks like it's artwork of circuitry or something. It doesn't look like a city area that the mechs would be tromping around in and having buildings on it. So, but I mean, it's, there we go. It's definitely a different kind of board. I don't dislike it. I've always had some problems with game boards that have lots of folds, and then the cardboard and the art backing on it is creased there, and it will hold that fold up and stuff like that. Doesn't lie flat. So I think this looks like it will lie flat when it's unfolded. So that's a thing. I'll check it out. Then this is a punch board of various tokens, also in a little adhesive plastic sleeve. But yeah, tokens, which look fine. They certainly seem well punched. Like, a lot of them are just crumbling out of their holes as I hold this, so there's not going to be any problem with them tearing like that. Here is a rule book. It's fairly thick, 42 pages for a not too complex 20-minute game, but it is also the campaign book, so I imagine a good chunk of that is, yeah, I can see that the missions you're playing for the campaign start on page 14. So it's only 13 pages of actual rules, and then the rest of it is that. And it looks like it has some large illustrations and things. Oh, that's a map, but it has some large illustrations of things to help punctuate some of the rules. So I'll give this a read through and we'll see how clear that is. And then there's also a rules reference guide. So they're doing that Fantasy Flight style, and amusingly, there's some skirmish missions in here, so that you use a preset loadout or have a specific amount of currency to spend building your mechs before the mission, and then it's a one-shot that you don't try to play through several as a campaign. Yeah, so there's kind of a lot of stuff in here. There's more. It looks like there's appendices with alternate rules or extra rules that you could add, and 2 and 3 player rules, 4 player. Anyway, it's just curious that it seemed like the rules reference was longer than the rules was, but that's not. I guess that's not out of the ordinary if they're calling this the learn to play, so that works. Anyway, 2 rules, kind of cool. They're both very the stock, very thick stock, high quality, glossy, nicely produced books. That's cool. There is a very thin pad of mission logs, team name, tracking your campaign going across, and some info on the back. Gives you the back of the campaign log is a reference sheet with weapon stats and things like that. There's not a lot of these in here. Obviously you can copy it, and there's probably a PDF of them you can print off more, but I think I might have liked to see more of those. But anyway, and now we're into some of the brass tacks, if you will. We have this stuff left in here. So I see these are the actual play mats for the various mechs, and they've got the locations that you're dropping your whatever they are. They're activation cubes or heat points or whatever, but you're placing stuff on here as you do things with your mech. And there are assortments of cubes to be markers, and they are, I did read this, they're in the player colors, and they're pretty nice. They're transparent acrylic, so that looks very sci-fi, and they have them in different sizes for the various denominations. And then solid orange, which I guess is miscellaneous stuff, and a sand timer, and little bits bowls in each player color. That is brand new to me. I've never before had a game that came with bits bowls. Okay. I mean, it seems, unless these are not bits bowls and they have some gameplay purpose, it seems like an odd choice for what to spend money on and what to spend storage space inside of the box on. But yeah, I don't see anything. There is oh, it's a damage dish. Oh, because as you take damage from different players, they're tossing cubes of their color into your damage dish so that you can keep track of how much damage came from which player, and you're not all getting up on the same person. So they do serve a gameplay purpose, and still, never had a bowl in my game before. But they do serve a purpose. That's cool. All right, I'm cool with this. There are 2 deck boxes of cards. Team deck 1 and 2, which I'm not going to bother opening right now, but 2 boxes of cards. Here's a baggie of arms, weapon arms. So here, I'm going to grab whatever dude I can reach. Here's this little multi-legged dude, and I'm going to open up the baggie and pull out one of these weapon arms, and they're all different weapon arms stuffed in that one bag. And I'm going to just pop this in. So now my mech has a weapon on, and it is really loose. that is not a good fit, which is initially sad. Maybe I was putting it in the wrong spot. I'm putting it like on the elbow kind of thing. I'm going to put it here on the shoulder peg. That's a nice snug fit. Okay, that I can go with. Cool. All right, and just for completeness sake, let us put a different weapon onto his other side so I can have a fully armed and operational battle station. I mean, mech. Bet you don't want that nasty customer strolling down your street at night. So that looks pretty cool. I like that. Popping the arms on there. Different weapon loadouts represented on the Mini. I'm happy with that. Okay, so there's that in 2 team colors. The tan and gray, 2 team colors. Then there's another big bag of, these are the Ascension shaped fish bowl jagged plastic things. And these are trucks. So here, I'll pull it out. And these are in the player colors. And promptly drop it. But they're transport trucks. And they're sized so that they're going to be carrying around cargo cubes on top, like Wasteland Express style, kind of. But that's that. So there's trucks for the different players. And some little plastic clips to stand things on. And then these are, guessing these are metal plates that I'm going to have to glue into the bottom of each mech so that the LEDs will snap on with magnetic magic power. And that's going to be, I'm betting, what's in this little box right here. Yep. LEDs. And so these jobbers, I guess this bag must have both metal plates and magnets. So I'm going to have to glue the magnets onto these and the plates onto these, or vice versa. I'll have to see if there's a way that matters. Then these go under the mechs and they, woo, that size is pretty bright. It's cool. So that's that. And that is the core set. Okay, I just repacked the core game and got it out of the way, and I'm going to do a quick look through of the AI Unleashed cooperative expansion. One of the things that I know I'm expecting in here is a huge mech. The behemoth or something like that is the boss of the cooperative campaign. So let's get in here. And this time I know to look for the pesky tape on the box. But the dude is pretty bad looking. Ooh. Alright, so it's a much tamer box. You don't immediately see anything inside, just compartments kind of nestled next to each other. But lift off the plastic foam and you still don't see anything. It's just holding things down in the box. Okay, there are red crystals like the blue ones before. Again, these are exactly the same thing that you would get in Ascension and other games and Michael's Free Fishbowl. So there's these. There's the cardboard box. It's going to have more mechs in it, I should think. Shall we find out? There are enemy mechs, which bear some resemblance to some of the dudes in Terminator. And there are flying drones, which are similar in concept, but physically they don't really bear any resemblance to the flying things in Terminator. But they're on stands, so they're flying up there. That's kind of cool looking. And they have lipped bases down here so that you can stack up damage tokens on them. I saw that. So there are those two new models and some number each, 4 of the ground guys and 6 drones. And there is a pack of cards. This is the same box as before, the LEDs, I'm presuming. And it is. It's a second LED in each player color. And then this has got to be him, right? Whoppa! Oh, that would be so much more dramatic if I had done that and he was standing upright. But still, let's take a closer look at this. This is, yeah. He's pretty cool looking. And he's definitely the size to tower over the other mechs. So he's pretty cool. He's sizable, he's nice. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting fight to try to cooperatively take this bad boy down. So that's the AI Unleashed expansion. That's everything that I got for Mech Command. I have a games meeting this weekend, so I hope to get a crack at this and see if after all these years the game's any good. But thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.